Hello, my name is McKinley Young, and this is my case study video project for classroom management. In this project, we were required to create a scenario where a student was misbehaving and all eyes are on us as the teacher to resolve the issue. After creating the scenario, we answered with what we presumed would be effective and ineffective strategies to remedy the misbehavior. After answering with what we would do, we sent our scenario out to different experienced teachers in our grade level and content field, and they gave us advice on what to do and what not to do. In this video, you will see these scenarios play out and what makes a strategy effective or ineffective. My scenario goes like this. While you're in the middle of a lesson, a girl gets up and makes her way to the hallway without your permission. You say, "Excuse me, young lady, if you need to go somewhere, please raise your hand and ask first." She responds with, "I can do whatever I want. You ain't my mama or the boss of me," with an eye roll. The other student erupt in oohs and look at you, waiting for your response. "You ain't my mama. Get back in this classroom right now." This is ineffective because she has already decided that she will do what she wants and won't comply. All that will do is make the show longer. At this point, I'm sure the other students have their phones out ready to record the showdown, so you don't want to look like you're out of control. According to Fred Jones, calm is strength, upset is weakness. Yelling these authoritarian demands might make you seem unhinged even if you really are calm. "You ain't my mama? Well, thank God for that." This is ineffective because it challenges the student in front of the class, which would make her want to try and beat the teacher. You never ever argue with the student. They can be as irrational as they want to be, but you must always be calm, no matter how you feel on the inside. You are the adult. The student is not. When your temper rises, the student feels challenged to win. Never allow yourself to get into that situation. No one wins. According to Fred Jones, the cardinal error to backtalk is backtalk. Avoid doing so at all costs. Also, in this case, it's just downright mean. And it's not setting a good example of your expectations that you set at the beginning of the year. I understand that you are frustrated, but it's important that we follow procedures. If you are having an emergency, I'll be glad to write you a pass. Just please communicate with me. Then, if she responds more calmly, write the pass, let her go. Then when she gets back right at the end of class, ask to speak to her privately. Tell her that you are willing to work with her, but that when she is in class, she is expected to follow procedures. Tell her, "I will treat you respectfully, and I hope you will return that respect." This will allow rapport to be reestablished, hopefully, and may make the rest of the year go smoothly. This builds a good student-teacher relationship because you did not embarrass the student. You kindly reminded them of the rules, and hopefully they will comply. It is very important that this conversation happens without the audience of the whole class. Once you get into the hall, you can talk to the student about the issues. Saying things like, "I see that you are upset, but I do need to address two things. One, if something is wrong and you need to leave the room, you simply need to ask first. When you are in my room, you are my responsibility. I care about you and your well-being, so I have to know where you are at all times. I always treat you with respect, so please respect me by always asking to leave the room before walking to the door. Two, I feel that you spoke to me in a disrespectful tone when I asked you to raise your hand to leave the room. Can you explain to me why that was your response?" When you treat the student with respect and kindness, she will have a hard time staying mad and hostile. If she does, however, that is when you push the button for an administrator. Again, you never argue with the student. The rest of the class will see you take action by calling in the administration. Then, once administration has arrived and taken the student to the office, you keep teaching as if nothing happened. This shows commitment to building a caring community because you asked the student if she was okay before immediately punishing her. You are giving her the chance to explain herself and de-escalate the situation. The first thing that I learned was that the teacher's initial response in this scenario was somewhat problematic from the start. Every single one of the teachers who responded to my scenario said that the teacher had already made a mistake by referring to the student as young lady, because it is condescending and it is challenging the student. They all said they would not have responded with those specific words in the first place because it would escalate the situation. The second and most important thing I learned was that as teachers, we have to respond rather than react. In all the advice I received from experienced teachers, they all said the best way to resolve the problem was to speak with care and concern with the student after the class is over. They all said there could be something going on in that student's life that is stressful or traumatic, and they just need a caring voice. As teachers, we must advocate for our students, regardless of their behavior. In some cases, we are the only adult who cares to see them succeed. We are not just teachers, but we are critical figures in the lives of our students, and we must approach every situation in an empathetic and understanding way.